Hello everyone. My name is Drew and welcome to the top 5 disturbing murder cases that will keep you awake for days. I always want to show you the best content, so help me to grow this channel together and hit the subscribe button and stay with me. Let's get into it. Number 1. John Venables and Robert Thompson. In 1993, John Venables and Robert Thompson, both 10 years old, became the youngest convicted murderers in modern British history. While at a shopping mall, they lured and abducted a 2-year-old boy, James Bulger, away from his mother. Bulger's body was found 2 days later on railroad tracks. Railway line in Walton, where they started torturing him. They threw paint in his eyes, threw bricks at him, kicked him and put batteries in his mouth. James suffered 10 skull fractures after the boys dropped a 10 kilograms iron bar on his head, and eventually died from his injuries. Thompson and Venables placed James' body on the tracks, weighing his head down with rubble, in the hope a train would hit him and make his death look like an accident. After they left the scene, his body was cut in half by a train, and found 2 days later. Number 2. Diane Downs. In 1983, Diane Downs shot her 3 children and drove them to the hospital. One of her daughters was pronounced dead upon arrival, her other daughter suffered a stroke, and her son was paralyzed from the waist down. Diane claimed a strange man tried to steal her car and then shot at everyone. However, police later found her secret diary, which detailed her obsession with a married man who did not want kids. This ultimately led to her arrest. She was sentenced to life in prison. Number 3. Mary Bell. Mary Bell was 10 years old when she committed her first murder by strangling a 4-year-old boy. Later that year, in 1968, she strangled a 3-year-old boy. This time she had an accomplice. Both of them carved their initials on the boy's body and cut off his private parts. Bell was sent to prison for 12 years, and in 1980, at the age of 23, she was granted anonymity. She now has a daughter and lives in England under a new name. What do you think? Why do these things happen? Let me know down below. Number 4. The Papon Sisters. The Papon sisters, Christine and Léa Papon, were 2 French sisters and live-in maids. In 1933, after working for and living with the Lancelin family for 7 years, they murdered Madame Lancelin and her daughter, Genevieve. Both were beaten and stabbed to the point where the bodies were practically unrecognizable. Their eyes were also gouged out. The police discovered the Papon sisters in their room, naked, in bed together with the murder weapon. What a disaster. Number 5. Edmund Kemper, aka the Co-Ed Killer. Edmund Kemper brutally murdered 10 people, including his paternal grandparents and his mother. During an 11-month killing spree in the early 70s, Kemper killed 6 students in the mountains of California, decapitated them, and had sex with their corpses. He also killed his mom with a claw hammer, decapitated her head and had sex with it, and then called the police to turn himself in. Well, this was the top 5 disturbing murder cases that will keep you awake for days. Thanks for watching. I think humans are really weird and scary. Leave a comment down below and let me know what do you think about human being. I'll be back soon with new content. See you next time. Goodbye.